Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Script and Execute. My name is Shruti. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something every automation tester should know, that is collections. Okay, so first let us understand what is collection. Okay, so think of collection as a container. Okay, so think of collection as a container that helps us to store multiple values or objects together. Okay, so this is important. Collection helps us to store multiple objects or values together. Okay, together. Okay, so instead of creating separate variables for every element, collection allows us to keep them in one place and work with them easily. Okay, okay, so this is what collection is. I will repeat once again. So, collection helps us to store multiple values or objects together. Okay, so instead of creating separate variables for every element, collection allows us to keep them in one place and work with them easily. Okay, so this is what collection is. So next let us understand why do we need collection. Okay, so why do we need collection in automation? Okay, so to make you understand, I will give you a simple example. Okay, so imagine you're testing an e-commerce application. Okay, and you want to fetch all the product names on the page. And to do that, do you create 50 separate variables, like first variable to keep the first product name and second variable to keep the second product name? So, no, you will not do that. So, for that, we will use collection. Okay, so we will use collection and keep all the product names in one variable. Okay, so this is one example, and another example is uh, to validate all the values in the drop down. Okay, so for that purpose also we can use collection, like we can keep all the values in some collection and we can work with them. And you want to check, suppose you have a web page and there are multiple checkboxes in that, and you want to check all the checkboxes, so in that case also we'll use collection. Okay, so what do we understand? So how collection help us? So we can say like so collection helps us to group the related data. Okay, it helps us to group the related data. So what is related data? So here product name is all related. Like if we search laptop, so we'll get the laptop related data, correct? So collection helps us to group the related data, and we can easily loop through them. Okay, so we can easily loop through the data, and we can manage the data dynamically. Okay, so if we search for laptop today, we might get 50 search results, and tomorrow we might get 55. Okay, so in that case we don't have to change anything in our code. We can work with the same code. Okay, so this is how collection help us in automation. Next is types of collections. Next is types of collections. Okay, so there are three types of collections in automation. Sorry, three types of collections in JavaScript or TypeScripts. That is arrays, then set and map. Array, set, and map. Okay, so we will see one by one and see how to use them in automation. Okay, so in today's video, I will show you arrays. Okay, so in today's video I will show you arrays. Okay, so what is array? So array is an ordered list of items. Okay, so understand, array is an ordered list of items. So what is ordered list? Okay, this is important to understand here. So it means, I will give you an example. Okay, so if you fetch all the links in the web page, okay, so Playwright gives you the links in the order they appear in the HTML. Okay, so example, like if the first link is home and second link is about and third link is contact, the array will store them exactly the same order. Okay, so that's why we say it, array is an ordered list of items. Okay, okay, so another point to remember about array is, so we can access the array using index. Okay, we can access the array using index, and arrays. sorry, arrays always starts from 0. Okay, then third point is, so in arrays we can store heterogeneous elements. Okay, so in arrays we can store heterogeneous elements or data. We can store heterogeneous data. It means we can store numbers also, strings also, objects also, and locators also. Okay, so arrays data, sorry, arrays variable hold different types of values. Okay, okay. Then next point is arrays are resizable. Arrays are resizable. Okay, in Java we cannot resize the array, but here in JavaScript or TypeScript we can resize the array. So it means we can add or remove the elements. Okay, we can add or remove the elements from an array. And important, another last but important point is, arrays can contain duplicate values. Okay, so arrays can contain duplicate values or data. Okay, okay, so this is about array. So in the interview, if anybody asks what is array, so these are all the important points you can say. Okay, okay, so to show you this, I've selected this system application, and what I'll do, using array, I will store all the products, list of product names. I will store all the list of product names in an array. Okay. And I will display that, and I will also use for a loop, and I will display the products, and we will do some assertion. Okay. Okay. So you already know how to enter the username, password, and click on login button. Okay. I've used the same example in many of my videos, so I will not show that. So directly I will go to the spec file, and I'll inspect this product title. Okay, so let us inspect. Right click and select inspect. Okay, inventory item name, it's a class. Yeah, six matching elements. Let us take this. So since it is a class, I've added dot at the beginning. Okay, and I will keep all the products in some variable, and I will call it prod names. Const prod names is equal to await page dot locator. This is the locator, and I want to get the text of all the products, so I will use dot all text contents. Okay, okay, so let us print this. Console dot log prod names. Let us execute this. So the spec file is collections, so let us execute. And if you think you're learning something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. So launch the URL, it will enter the username and password and click on the login button. Then it will display the product names. Okay. So it's slow because of my internet. Okay. So we can see the product name displayed inside this square bracket. Okay. So remember, square bracket indicates it's an array. Okay. Okay. So now I can fetch the same product names using for a loop. Okay. So const for each product I will say product. Okay, product of prod names. Okay, so in this array I will fetch each of them one by one. Okay, and I will print. So console.log console.log product. Okay, so here this will not display in square bracket because this is not array. It will give me individual elements. Okay, so the elements are the product names. Okay, so as you can see, I'll do a little bit scroll up. Okay, so this thing doesn't have square bracket. Okay, okay, so now let us do some assertion. Okay, so what assertion we can do? So I will say I want, let us validate the first product should be this Sauce Labs backpack. Okay, so let us validate that. So await, expect, expect prod names of zero. Zero means first product. Okay, prod names dot zero to contain, to contain this sauce slab backpack. Okay, the first product should be this one. And let us validate length also. So how many products are there? Six. Okay, let us validate that. Expect prod names dot length to be six. Okay, so these two are the sessions. Let us do, let us execute. So in the next video I will show you set and map. Okay, so they are also very important in automation. Okay, so to loop through the arrays we can use for of loop. Okay, so one test passed, so assertions are passed. So the first product name is Sauce Labs backpack and the length is 6. Okay, okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and once again I'm saying, if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.